You're listening to The Burning Truth. Ladies and gentlemen, dude and dudettes, I am your host, Matt Burns. Formerly, I've been known as a former bully, a funk soul brother, and numerous things. I will state, happy to be on this. I'm always happy to do this. The Burning Truth and whatnot every week, and I'm hoping to keep doing that every week live as much as possible. But as I've stated before, if I can't do it live, I'll at least try to do a pre-record and try to get some information out to you and whatnot. But either way, hopefully, I'm doing a good job. Hopefully, I will state I've had a bit of an interesting week this week for wrestling and whatnot for myself, and I've had some. Well, tell a lie, at the early start, for the bank holiday Monday and whatnot, I will state had some good news and bad news and whatnot, but unfortunately can't discuss them due to personal reasons and whatnot. But I will state, as the week's gone on, it's gotten a lot better. Plenty of action going on for wrestling and whatnot, but as I've stated previously, I'm not going to be talking about the current build-up of the recent events like Raw and SmackDown and whatnot, because there's no point in me going through the reviews as always, like I used to previously, because the easiest thing is, why hear the results for myself when you can just go to www.wwe.com and you get all the results there, or any company website. You can find all their results on their social media and whatnot. There's no point me rehashing it out, especially over the broadcast. Now, instead of doing that, the usual discussion and whatnot, let's move on to some discussions for wrestling. Now, this coming up, instead of talking about recent results and whatnot, how about instead we talk about an upcoming Raw, which is tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, Monday Night Raw coming up this week. Well, upcoming episode of Raw with Seth Rollins considering an opening challenge for the IC title. I will state, very interesting that is, especially with some of the details he has actually put out. With him, WWE Intercontinental Champion stating, it's a fight, as he's a fighting champion, he's taken to Twitter, possibly hinting that he wants to do the open challenge and whatnot, and also at the same time throwing some massive shade towards Universal Champion Brock Lesnar. But as for how he's throwing shade, more on that in a bit. The tweet that was sent out, which if I'm not mistaken was on May 12th, 2018, which was Seth Rollins stating, highly considering another open challenge for the IC title, also known as the Intercontinental Championship, this Monday in London. Mojo Rawley did he put in a career performance last week. Interested to see who steps up to the plate this time. Hashtag Monday Night Rollins. Hashtag Fighting Champion. Hashtag Brock Who. Oh, now that I find a very interesting point, because you've now got Seth Rollins sending out shade towards Brock Lesnar, especially in regards to the fact that Brock Lesnar isn't defending his championship, which I'll be adding on to that shortly after this discussion in regards to the upcoming this in regards to the Intercontinental Championship on Monday night. Now, the interesting thing I will state in regards to it is that a former Intercontinental Champion has actually come out stating, stating that he wants to accept Seth Rollins' challenge, tomorrow night. tomorrow night on Raw in London, England. Way. And the fact that both of them will be competing for the championship. This, you know, and if I'm not mistaken, the last time that these fought was in regards to a story feud which began back in 2016 when they fought over the Universal Championship, which is, instead, actually better yet, I'll just mention the tweet that was sent out by WWE, which is two of them. I'll mention the first one, which was on both of them on May 13, 2018. I'll mention the first one. Breaking news: at Fight Owens Fight responds to at WWE Rollins Open Challenge for Monday night in London. Well, hashtag London. Basically, what they're stating is Kevin Owens has responded to Seth Rollins in regards to it. And now, additionally, breaking: WWE Rollins will defend his hashtag IC title against at Fight Owens Fight tomorrow night at hashtag Raw London. Hashtag Raw, which means we've got a clear match straight away. You know, Seth Rollins, Intercontinental Champion, versus Kevin Owens. That to me, straight away, big match. What a way to bring up the Intercontinental Championship. Massive props in regards to that. And it comes back to a topic I was in regards to recently, if I'm not mistaken, last week, with the fact that Brock Lesnar isn't defending the championship. So far, at the moment in time, the Intercontinental Championship is becoming more the main title on Raw because, simply put, where is the Universal Champion? Nowhere to be seen. And the Intercontinental Championship's been defended numerous. The problem that WWE are going to be having very, very quickly is that the Intercontinental Championship is going to be worth more than the Universal Championship. And that's not me bragging or stating a fact. And as much as, yes, I did, you know, the Burning Truth did actually put the post out, shared a post on Facebook by the 434, which showed, yes, Brock Lesnar is catching up to the modern day record of beating CM Punk. But check out the numbers on that post. Check them out. It's astounding. The fact that, yes, it's a great, absolute great feat to be champion for that long. But when you look at how many times he's defended it, Punk is in the triple digits. Lesnar has only just entered double on 10. 10 defenses. And this is not including house shows. This is including everything. House shows, dark matches, Raw, SmackDown, pay-per-views, live events, everything. It's shocking. And I will state, yes, we did get a reply back stating, yes, he is a part-timer. I will agree with that person. Yes, he may not be able to defend it as much because he's a part-timer. But the problem I have with it is, it took him 3 months to defend that title when he won it. When he won it, is Harley coming onto the scene. And, well, it's going to be a great segue into the next topic of discussion, which is the fact that rumour has it that Brock Lesnar, well, the original rumour was that Brock Lesnar isn't defending until Money in the Bank. So he'll just be past CM Punk's record, so he could lose it then. No. Rumour has it he's not even turning up to Money in the Bank. Wow. Another pay-per-view. Where is the Universal Champion? Oh, sitting at home, he's had a hard day. And I'm sorry, but I am now beginning to feel as if we're being taken the Mickey out of. We're being messed about. You know what? Screw it. Fuck it. We're being pissed about. We're getting messed about. The fact is, as much as you can say Brock Lesnar is a legitimate champion, or what, bringing legitimacy, I wouldn't mind and whatnot. Brock is hardly defending the title. He's almost, a lot of people I've heard stating, this is from other people, other than myself, when I've been having discussions with them, are stating, oh, he's almost like fighting like a boxer. He's almost defending it as much as a boxer, or almost defending it as much as a UFC champion. If I'm not mistaken, could be damn well close, but here's the thing. Why is it that you've got Brock being able to do that, yet AJ Styles, the WWE champion, is day in, day out, defending the WWE championship almost every pay-per-view? And this is what gets me, is that when Brock does come onto the scene, he's almost getting the main event big match straight away handed to him. Yes, he is a special attraction, but the special attraction, allure goes away when it's hardly being defended. As much as, yes, Brock's done this, Brock's done that. Look at how many people he's fought over the title. He successfully defended it recently. Yes, straight away, Brock's been getting accolade after accolade after accolade given to him, especially with Undertaker's streak. Now he's going to be taking the modern day record of CM Punk. What else is he taking before he leaves for UFC? If I'm honest with you, I don't think. And what makes it worse, and I've got to say this, how can, and as much as they're going to try and use this as a ploy, but it's going to be ridiculous, as they'll say, oh, maybe Brock doesn't want to defend it at Money in the Bank, or he wants to hardly defend it because he doesn't want to lose the title because someone has got Money in the Bank. He's hardly defending it before when someone hasn't even got it at all. So what's the excuse? What's the excuse? And if somebody does win it and does want to fight him for it, good luck with that, because you hardly get your chance to fight him. And this is the thing, as much as I understand that Brock Lesnar is meant to be bringing some prestige and whatnot, he's held that title now far too long for how many defenses he's had. If Brock was defending it each month, I would love it if Brock Lesnar was on every month. Doesn't even have to be at Raw and SmackDown, or hardly at Raw. Just making it, one appearance. Two appearances a month. I'd be happy with that, at the very least, because then you can at least say he's at least defending it every month. He's not even doing that, and it's now getting to the point where it's getting silly, and it's just getting ridiculous. And at the same time, while you're trying to properly bring somebody up, maybe Roman Reigns is not getting anything from it, because WWE is trying to do this now, the sympathy vote, much too late after forcing Roman down our throats. Take into account backlash. Fans were leaving during the main event, and I feel sorry for Roman and Samoa Joe, because them pair did put on a good match, and I will state it was entertaining. And it's a shame that right now, that the WWE Universal Championship, when it turns up, becomes the main priority instantly over the WWE. And this is my point, because straight away, AJ Styles at Backlash wasn't the main event. How disgusting. The WWE Championship, the be-end-all championship, wasn't the main event. Why not? Why the hell not? It should be. Because it's meant to be the main championship. It should be the main title. No, but Brock turns up. Woo, it's in the main event. There we go. There's the main event right there. Brock suddenly turns up. WWE Universal Championship main event. As much as a lot of people might disagree, I don't agree with the way Punk left and the fact that he walked out, but the fact that he is stating that part-timers are getting way more treatment over the main roster who are busting their asses month in, month out, correction, day in, day out, is not getting that spot. As much as I can say, whoever takes down Brock Lesnar should get a shite load of accolades, a shite load of prosperity and respect and whatnot. It should be almost a crowning. It should be almost a damn crowning achievement. But you're building up a part-timer as a super beast of some sorts to the point where he's almost on a god pedestal. You're putting him on a pedestal where he's leaning down on everybody, and he's a part-timer. Shouldn't be happening. Should not be happening. But that's just my views. I'd like to hear yours. On any topic I bring up on this broadcast, any topic. If anybody wants to talk about it, have a discussion. Send me an email, a message, social media, anything. I will bring it up. I will bring this up. If anybody wants anything, in discussion, for example, straight away, like when I mentioned about the repost of the 434. In regards to how many times, Punk's defended the title against how many different times Lesnar has defended his. Let's make it a discussion. That's all I ask. Let's make it a discussion. As much as everyone, some people might agree with me. If you do, fair enough. Let's hear it. If some of you don't, then let's hear that too, because I want it to be a conversation, not to be one-sided. But the fact that Brock Lesnar is supposedly not even defending the title at Money in the Bank, he's going to be gone possibly till SummerSlam. SummerSlam. Wow. Great way to show you respect, which I think is absolutely disgusting. I do. It's almost insulting. The fact that he's going to break a record and do it with 10 defenses. It's disgusting. It is. But anyway, I was going to bring up the bit of another subject, but we'll move on from that because I feel as though we've been on WWE today. So I'm going to move on to another topic, which is to do with ROH, which unfortunately at ROH, Jay Lethal has managed to become injured, which basically, former ROH World Champion Jay Lethal suffered an injury during a match. ROH announced that Lethal was injured during the War of the Worlds Toronto main event, which was a tag team match between the teams of Evil, Sanada, and Hiromu Takanashi. I do apologise if I have incorrectly pronounced that. And they were going against Kenny King, Colt Cabana, and Jay Lethal. Now, supposed by Dave Meltzer, Dave Meltzer on F4W Online gave details on Lethal's injury, reporting that Lethal was injured late in the match when he did a spot with a sunset flip powerbomb to the floor and had memory issues after the match. It's also now being reported that he is in better condition now, but he will not be appearing for his scheduled Fatal 4-Way match in Royal Oak, Michigan, with Kenny King, Matt Taven, and Marty Scurll on the War of the World show. Instead, Sanada will be replacing him in the Fatal 4-Way in regards to that. Now, hopefully Jay Lethal does have a speedy recovery and gets back, does recover from it and everything and whatnot, because memory loss from something like that, having memory issues is not good. It can be a potential concussion, if not worse. So I think the fact that he's been pulled out of the match is absolutely great. It's, as much as people might want to see him, I would prefer them to pull him from the show, put somebody else in, just to get himself checked out, because if he's having memory loss, putting him in could end up make things far worse for himself and anybody who is against. Because if he's having an issue with memory, something can go wrong. So I hope for a speedy recovery for Jay Lethal. Moving on to the next topic, which is to do with Cody Rhodes. Well, it's more to do with the Bullet Club's big show, which is the All In show, which, if I'm not mistaken, is September 1st. Now, with that, they've got some news that's been mentioned out when they recently just done their press conference, which is straight away they've got already some details in regards to it, which is, the press conference, some big news was mentioned, a former WWE champion, the first match was being revealed, which I'm actually going to be mentioning now. First off, I'll mention the former WWE champion, who's going to be making an appearance, which is Rey Mysterio. Now, it's interesting the fact that you got Rey Mysterio making an appearance there. Unfortunately, it's not been mentioned if he will be just there just for, signatures, promo, or even a match and whatnot. But the fact that he's actually going to be there means he hasn't signed a full contract with the, while he was in the Greatest Royal Rumble, he hasn't signed a contract with WWE, which means he can still work outside of WWE, which is interesting. But who knows, that that could bring up some more details down the road. But if Rey Mysterio was to make a WWE return, I would be more than happy. But either way, I'm just glad to see that he's still getting work outside of WWE, and he's doing really well. He's not just doing WWE work and whatnot. He's helping outside, because here's the thing, how I see it is with that is the fact that he's raising, the importance of the independents. Because straight away, the second you raise the independent scene, you get the the worldwide scene to be the top of the mountain to look down and say, oh, we better step up a game. Then they start getting better. But that's going to be, that's some great news for the All In event, that former WWE champion Rey Mysterio has been confirmed to make an appearance, which should be September 1st. Now, as for the match, has been revealed. I'm not sure how to take this. I'll be taking this with a pen. I like the idea of the match. Great idea. But it seems like a bit of favouritism on the booking again, depending on it. Because if he is doing the booking, it's almost a bit of a Jeff Jarrett thing. But fingers crossed that isn't the case. But either way, this will be an interesting match. The first All In match revealed is that the American Nightmare Cody will be taking on the NWA World Heavyweight Champion. Now, if you notice there, they haven't mentioned a name. The reason why that is because at any time before that, the championship could change hands. But as of right now, currently, Nick Aldis, formerly known as Magnus, is the current champion. Which, when I said formerly known as Magnus, that was when he was wrestling at Impact Wrestling. Now, that matchup straight away, Cody versus Nick Aldis, I'd be very interested in seeing that. That would be an absolute top of the line, absolutely brilliant. What more can I say? What more could I add on? It'd be absolutely fantastic. Straight away, you got some top-notch quality wrestling there, and it'd be absolutely fantastic. But I hope that the case is that Cody, if he isn't booking, then fair enough, and whatnot. If he does win the championship and whatnot, whatever. But if he is booking it, I just hope he isn't doing the Jeff Jarrett thing and whatnot. But do what's best for business and whatnot. But let's move on from that, shall we? Now, that's the last topic I want to be covering for the overseas stuff for this week. I'm now going to be bringing it back over to the UK, British wrestling. As last night I was at WPW in Wolverhampton, which is for the company Wolfram Pro Wrestling, who were celebrating their 1 year anniversary. I will state, absolute stellar show. Some stellar matches, and they even had to crown a brand new WPW heavyweight champion, because their current champion, the Bouncer, was unable to defend it due to injury. So they had a tournament on. I'm not going to state who won it, because as I've said, you never know. Straight away, if anybody always wants to see it, just look up Wolfram Pro Wrestling on social media. You'll see all the results. And I will state one thing about the show. As much as it might come across as a mistake, I think this was a happy mistake. The fact that the lights dimmed on the main event just as the bell rang, absolutely fantastic. It proper brought atmosphere to the match. I was like, oh, this is going to get good. And then someone had to shout off, "Who forgot to put 50p in the meter?" Straight away, I will admit, it got me laughing. But I will state, WPW, great show, fantastic. But one thing I will state, even though I was at I've always stated on, we've always stated on The Burning Truth, check out your local wrestling. We always state that. Now, in regards to checking out local wrestling, whenever the wrestlers are on there, one thing with me being a wrestler, is I've always been taught is, regardless of who's there, do your best. Regardless of who's there, always do your best, because you never know who might turn up. Now, last night we had a special guest at the WPW show, and as I just stated, you should always do your best at any wrestling show, because you never know who'll be turning up. And we had the Kiwi Buzzsaw make an appearance. Travis Banks was at WPW last night in the crowd as a paying customer, and I will state, he was enjoying the show, which goes to show straight away, I've got utmost respect for Travis Banks. Even had a lovely great chat with him and whatnot. All round nice guy and whatnot. Definitely somebody who would recommend anybody, to definitely check him out. He's currently on the UK scene. He's in the top rankings on the British scene right now. He is knocking it out of the park almost every show he's on. I can honestly say, whenever I've watched a match of his, it hasn't. I don't think the guy can have a bad match. I've always been entertained by him, always, and great seeing him there because he has the same. He's almost got. In a bit of the discussion that I had with him, he basically mentioned that you got to check out your local wrestling because as much as some might say it's on a smaller scale, you can still have top matches at your local wrestling. Couldn't say it better myself because you can, I always recommend check out your local wrestling, always. But it's great to see that we have a bit of a we share a few things in common. Travis Banks, appreciate it. Also at WPW we had Steve Valentino there, who was also in the crowd, literally a row behind, if I'm not mistaken, behind Travis Banks and whatnot. But he actually mentioned some interesting news for to me. The fact that he's going overseas to the US of A in June. Now that straight away is some congratulations to the captain Steve Valentino. I have to say congratulations to you'll be going overseas to the USA in June. And he also asked if I would be interested in possibly having a catch up with him for an interview in July. I would be more than happy to. So who knows about July? Sometime in July, I could be getting a interview recorded with the captain Steve Valentino in regards to his overseas travels to the US of A, where hopefully he has a great it all goes well and everything. But it's always good to see British wrestling getting pushing the boundaries and whatnot. But then again, this is one thing I want to state with British wrestling, because I've seen some companies butting heads against each other and whatnot. That shouldn't be the case. We should be all under one banner, helping each other out, all under one roof. Hell, if necessary, instead of just making just under one banner of the country, it should be under the banner of wrestling. Everyone should be aiming to get better, no matter what. Because as previously stated in some interviews and also on previous broadcast episodes, you're always learning in wrestling. Always. Now, that is most likely the topics for wrestling I want to be discussing, but I want to bring up some topics for TBT. Now, at the moment in time, I've got a review being done and whatnot, but I'll be hopefully getting that out as soon as I've got it completed and whatnot. But just to state though, unfortunately, as you might have seen on social media for TBT, in regards to TBT interviews, there isn't going to be one might be getting recorded in July, but it might not be getting revealed straight away, so it could be a good while before the next TBT interview comes out, but hopefully I'll be putting a post out. As for in regards to show reviews, I might be cutting back a little bit on some of them. It's due to a massive scale on certain resources that I've been having to take upon myself with some new stuff and whatnot that I'm trying out for the Burning Truth and whatnot. And I will state my workload in regards to the Burning Truth has grown insurmountable. So if you don't quite hear about any reviews or any interviews, just know this: if if you want to hear more about just send me a message and whatnot. I will be very open about it in regards to it, but I will just state one thing I will state in regards to the Burning Truth is I will hopefully be doing a broadcast every week. If not, it will be a pre-recorded episode, and as a last resort, I will at least make you aware if I can't even do that. But I just thought to just mention that to you. So if anybody notices that there's a bit of a delay in interviews and reviews and whatnot, it's due to a busy schedule. Hopefully, once that busy schedule is cleared up, I should be doing more interviews and reviews. But I will state one thing. the last topic I want to bring up for TBT is I was considering doing this idea of a bit like how you got in football, ones to watch on it. I was considering doing a ones to watch for wrestling and whatnot, once a month potentially, in regards to some of the up and comers for wrestling. I just wanted, if anybody wants to, do you think that would be a good idea and whatnot? Do you think that'd be an interesting idea? Ones to watch for wrestling. TBT, ones to watch in wrestling. I think that might be a good idea, but if you do think it's a good idea, send me some suggestions who you think should be ones to watch. But if you do send some suggestions, I will need some details in regards to them. I will check them out, hopefully do some research, and who knows, if I do decide to do the ones to watch idea, you never know, your pick could end up popping up and whatnot. But in regards to this, I'm just going to do my usual plugs for every week, which is, I'll get through these very quickly, which will be the UKWM, also known as the UK Wrestling Media, JG Printing and Stitching, Changes Health and Wellbeing. I always recommend everybody go on to the Change website just in case, because you never know, could have some information that could help you or help somebody else out. You never know. Team 4-Star, especially with the Dragon Ball Z Bridge. When's the next episode out? Some bands, New Breed, Cadmans. I've got to get out me a massive shout out to Botchamania. You're welcome, Matthew. I've always got to get that in. And also Barely Average Studios, a YouTube channel who does gaming reviews. And right now I'm going to be just doing a quick plug on the Burning Truth website, which is www.theburningtruthuk.com. It's where you can check up on all, you could be listening to me right now on there, or the most recent episode. You can listen to past episodes, past interviews, past show reviews, if it's an audio one, or you can even, look up some of the written ones and whatnot. I do blog posts, which normally has some, big event predictions. I'll hopefully be getting more blogs out on there. I've got a website, a merchandise section where you can possibly get some snazzy, TBT t-shirts, or office mugs and whatnot. Give them a check out, please. It'd be greatly appreciated, because anything that is purchased on the merchandise page isn't actually going to myself. It is actually going towards TBT and whatnot. But as always, it's also where you can also get in touch with myself, because we've got a contact page. And last but not least, all the links I have mentioned and possibly any more will be on there under the links section as well. So with that, I'm going to be saying this will be a wrap up for this week, and I'll hopefully be catching you, until next time. I hope you all stay well, stay safe, and as always, check out your local wrestling. Catch you laters.